Building a better marketing system, tactical considerations. This is Bruce May. I'm the founder of Bizperity and your instructor for this series. Our Building a Better Marketing System educational series is divided into 5 different courses that explore the most important areas in digital marketing, including key best practices that you need to know to effectively market your business. The 5 courses included in this series are the customer journey, brand marketing basics, digital media strategies, marketing strategies, and building a marketing system. This course, Digital Media Strategies, includes 4 micro courses, including 4 main digital marketing processes, owned audiences, tactical considerations, and 15 basic campaigns. This micro course, 15 basic campaigns, includes 3 micro lessons shown on the right: data collection made simple, using campaigns in the customer journey, and from marketing goals to campaign goals. This video covers our micro lesson, data collection made simple. Be sure and download our ebook, 15 Basic Campaigns, in our content library on bizperity.com. We've created 15 basic campaigns designed to cover all your basic marketing needs. You can use our pre-designed campaigns to move prospects from one point in the customer journey to a point further along, moving them eventually to be converted into a customer or even a fan. Our 15 basic campaigns allow you to easily manage the customer journey and improve the performance of all your campaigns. Before we get into how our 15 basic campaigns work, there are a few basic principles about advertising that we need to touch on. Fundamentals of advertising apply to both online and offline ads. Offline is primarily outbound. Online is primarily inbound. Inbound pulls prospects into your ads. Outbound pushes your ads out to the prospect or the customer. Inbound has an advantage in that the user who clicks on your ads is interested in learning more. Outbound ads are typically delivered in traditional media like radio and TV to mass audiences. Their advantage lies in the larger number of people they can reach, generating higher numbers of impressions compared to online ads. Combining both generally increases outcomes. Tactics are more complex for online campaigns, which we'll cover in this lesson. Offline reaches target audiences, larger audiences, but they can be more expensive and are slower to produce responses. Online is slower to produce results, but it targets individuals with stronger calls to actions and can produce better ROI and return on ad spend. When you look at the sum total of all the tracking of all the possible actions from a campaign, along with all the metrics that can be captured and reported, the data flow might look something like this. When you add in tracking from multiple channels and retargeting by ad platforms and social media sites, the data collection becomes massive. How do you manage all this data? Well, much of this is collected and reported by the ad platform itself, like in the Facebook Ad Manager, which tracks all types of engagements during a campaign, including likes, comments, shares, and any click on your ad or on your Facebook business page. It can also track a specific conversion, but be aware, a click on an ad may not be the key conversion in your campaign. That might occur when a user fills out a form on your landing page and clicks submit. So you often have to use a CRM with your online ad campaign to track additional action on your landing page or even on your website. The simple way is by using a CRM in association with an online ad platform, which reports data directly for your online campaigns. Combined with the data reporting in even a simple CRM like MailChimp, you have all the key metrics at your fingertips. This is why we recommend you use a CRM to help manage all this information. A CRM collects contacts from landing pages, which you can set up in your CRM. A CRM can also be integrated with online platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, or Google Search and Google Display Ads. You can collect leads from your online campaigns in your CRM. You can also conduct email campaigns directly with contacts in your CRM, as we've seen in the series. You can even upload your contacts to these online ad platforms so they can be retargeted, and you can retarget your contacts during online ad campaigns. Now let's turn to how you design and build campaigns, regardless of whether you use traditional media or online media platforms. The fundamentals are the same in either case. We've organized our 15 basic campaigns under 5 main goals that offer basic approaches to managing campaigns. 1, you can capture a new lead or a new customer. This focuses on lead capture early in the customer journey or customer conversions at the end of the customer journey. Self-discovery can occur when a customer sees your brand or storefront, hears about you by word of mouth, or through organic search. Online, this is managed through SEO, or search engine optimization. Lead nurturing can focus on either new customers or existing customers, depending on your specific goals. Product education is a content marketing strategy that uses non-promotional content to capture and nurture leads through key conversions in the customer journey. Event marketing can be a highly effective technique for creating interest in your business and driving customers through all stages of the customer journey. It is often underutilized by businesses and should not be overlooked, particularly if you need to generate leads quickly, as you often do when you first open a new business. Product or service sale. This last campaign goal is usually thought of as traditional advertising, as it has existed since the advent of mass media early in the last century. Today, it includes placing ads in either traditional media like television and print, or in online media like streaming TV, social media, or online ad networks, which has been the focus of much of what we've talked about. These goals are all focused on one or more stages of the customer journey and serve to move a prospect or customer through a key conversion, as you've already seen. These goals are very broadly stated. We've created multiple campaigns under each of these 5 main goals that have a slightly different focus. We've given each of the 15 core campaigns a name, and they represent a key type of campaign. Let's briefly look at atypical customer journey and how it plays out in different business models. Broadly speaking, a B2B business model will hit all the key conversions in the customer journey. And you can see those here, including a subscriber conversion, a marketing conversion, a sales conversion, and a deal conversion. The period of time it takes for a single prospect to move through the customer journey can be measured in weeks or even months. The exact nature of the customer journey varies from one industry to another, and even down to individual businesses. That's why it's important that every B2B business tests the conversions by each customer segment to identify similarities and differences between the customer segments. Some B2B segments businesses have customer segments that are so different, it might be necessary to treat them as separate business divisions, at least when it comes to marketing and sales. Even if a B2B business has a single customer segment, it needs to test the customer journey to identify needs, challenges, and alignment with the business's products and services, to develop content strategies that effectively address these issues, to examine how an individual prospect moves through the customer journey given these same issues, and identify common variations that might represent unique customer segments. For B2C business models, there are 2 main variations in the customer journey. In both cases, the time it takes for customer acquisition can be measured in days or weeks. This is not counting people in your target market that see your ads for months before becoming motivated to respond, which is why you want to have both brand marketing and conversion campaigns running throughout the year. For retail restaurants, brand marketing may slowly build awareness over time, then quickly move through a marketing qualified conversion and a sales conversion to become a regular customer. There's no deal conversion in these business models, as there's no contract or agreement that needs to be signed by the customer. Customers are more likely to become members and subscribe to content after they convert to a customer. This can be called a member conversion because they can receive regular offers and specials by email and be retargeted with campaigns. So customers become subscribers or subscriber qualified after they become customers rather than before. Customers return to make multiple purchases over time, sustained through additional campaigns. For B2C businesses that have a limited capacity and thus a limited number of customers, the customer acquisition is similar to the previous model. These include, among others, beauty, personal services like gyms, spas, doctors, and dentists. For these businesses, the customer journey is the same as with retail, with brand marketing slowly building awareness over time, then quickly moving through a marketing qualified conversion and a sales conversion to become a regular customer. The difference from the previous example is these businesses do not need to continue remarketing to existing customers. You can maintain them with a steady diet of content delivered by social posts and email marketing supported by ad campaigns if necessary, but you really don't need to support or spend advertising dollars to get them coming back like you do with retail. Your business may vary somewhat compared to these three examples I've shown you. Identify important variations in your own customer journey or with specific customer segments and adjust your campaigns, ads, and content as needed based on the best practices shown in this series, Building a Better Marketing System. The actual data you manage will be processed by either the ad platform or your CRM, or both. It can be grouped into a few key categories. Engagement data includes social media engagement metrics you probably know: likes, comments, shares, page follows, and post saves. Click data includes ad clicks, call to action clicks, which are good for tracking key conversions, form submission clicks, which are good for tracking form submissions. Often that's a key conversion. Unique clicks tells you how many unique users respond to a campaign. The click-through rate is key to measuring the success of a campaign, and landing page views, which are good for tracking how well ads convert to a landing page. The click-through rate is an important metric to watch when you're optimizing your campaigns by any means, such as improving your ads, messaging, bidding strategy, or your audience strategy, or letting Facebook Advantage Plus do that for you. Click-through rates of 2% or more are considered good. Higher rates means your campaigns are performing above average. Impression data includes impressions, which is the total number of users who see your ads multiple times. Reach, which is the total reach to unique users who see your ad. And frequency, which is the total number of impressions divided by the reach, which tells you the average number of times your ad was seen. Low frequency is better for brand awareness campaigns, and high frequency is better for retargeting campaigns. Frequency is the average number of times an ad is seen by each unique viewer. Meta has a frequency data monitor that lets you set a desired exposure rate. Compare this to your click-through rate to make a reasonable adjustment. Too frequent can lead to ad fatigue, where viewers get annoyed at seeing your ad too often. Too infrequent can fail to lead to conversions altogether. There's no ideal rate, but between 3 to 5 is a general rule for conversions and retargeting campaigns, and maybe 3 per week for a branding campaign. Email data includes an open rate, a click rate, and that's on any link, and a bounce rate, which you want to keep this low, an unsubscribe rate, which you must keep this low, to keep from losing audience members faster than you acquire new members. Spam complaints, you must keep these low if you can't eliminate them altogether. Delete bounces, and any bad data is needed. And then tags, super important for all the reasons we've discussed in this video series. Bounce rates need to be kept low because you can receive warnings if they're too high and even have your account suspended. ISPs have limits on their bounce rates, and CRMs will enforce those. Follow best practices for keeping your contact list clean and free of non-responsive email addresses. Profile data includes contact data, essential data for a contact such as name, email, job title, company name. Custom fields, which is great for tracking key data related to your custom audiences and your customer segments. And tags, again, super important for all the reasons we've discussed. Bidding data includes cost per click, CPC, the most common way to pay for online campaigns. Good if the click is your key conversion. Cost per thousand, CPM. By the way, the M means mil. That comes from the Latin for 1,000. So cost per thousand is CPM, the second most common way to pay for online campaigns, which is good for branding campaigns. Cost per action, the smart way to pay for online campaigns. You can define this in Facebook or LinkedIn, for example, by choosing a call to action. Cost per result, even better, if you can define a conversion that Facebook or LinkedIn can track. And if you're using the Metapixel, they can track a lot. And then cost per landing page view, a special form of a result. Excellent way to pay if you're using a landing page, especially without a Metapixel. While this may seem like a lot of data to follow, in practice, you'll quickly learn that what matters is based on your campaign, making it fairly simple to check for the most important information on your campaign performance. The key conversion is the key action you want the user to take. After all, you created your ad to generate responses. This could be a formal call to action button on the ad, but it could also be a click that goes to a landing page, or the landing page submission button, or direct contact by phone or email, or even walking in the door. It's up to you to decide what counts as a key conversion for any given campaign. As we've been saying all along, this is mostly a matter of common sense. Don't let online ad platforms confuse you or define your key conversion for you. If it asks you to choose a conversion, that's just the main conversion on that platform. But that doesn't make it the key conversion for your campaign. For example, an ad click may send a user to a landing page, but in most cases, it's not until they fill out the form and click on a submission button that a key conversion takes place. Even then, if you expect a final action, like redeeming a coupon or calling you directly, the key conversion for your campaign is to whatever action you seek to motivate. Often you must run a campaign multiple times, or even run multiple campaigns to move a prospect through to the actual conversion you seek. That's why you should think in terms of building a marketing system that addresses all the key conversions in your customer journey. Facebook is a complex software platform that tracks over 250 different metrics, which is overwhelming to think about. But they have done a good job of flowcharting campaigns, creation, and organizing reporting metrics in the Meta Ad Manager, formerly called the Facebook Ad Manager. You can select different sets of metrics to display on the dashboard, which greatly simplifies finding the data you really need. Here are two of the best. Performance metrics, which gives you most of the information you need to track, including results, costs, and clicks. And another favorite of mine is performance and clicks, which repeats some of the same information, but also gives you the click-through rate and bidding data, including CPM and CPC. So you can see you get most everything you know just from those two different charts. You can switch between them. You can move the fields around on the dashboard so you can see all the ones that are most important for a given campaign, and you can easily view them on the screen. And you can even create your own custom list of metrics. When you first start creating Facebook campaigns or campaigns in other ad platforms like LinkedIn, analyzing the results can be simple to understand if you've created your campaign with a clear vision for motivating a user to respond to a single conversion in the customer journey, which is why we keep focusing on this. That completes the micro lesson, Data Collection Made Simple. Be sure and download our ebook, 15 Basic Campaigns, in our content library on bizperity.com. Next time, we'll cover campaigns in the customer journey. See you next time on Building a Better Marketing System. Thank you for joining us.